Welcome back to Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium for Game 2 today. It'll be game number 4 of NCAA Southeast Region number 1. So a lot of numbers in there, but all you need to know, the top seed in the Southeast overall, North Georgia, the visitors today, even though they are playing at home, visitors by virtue of a coin toss will play the number 5 team overall in the Southeast, Lenoir-Rhyne, in an elimination game. So after this ball game is over, one of these two teams will see their season end, and it's a game that will have a lot of revolving storylines. One of the big ones will be this Lenoir-Rhyne offense, which came into this regional one of the best offenses in the nation. They had a team batting average, which was third in the nation at 363, sixth in doubles. They were number 8 in scoring, number 8 in slugging, number 10 in on-base percentage. So this is a Lenoir-Rhyne team that gets on base a lot. They score a lot of runs, and they are also a team that has a lot of power as well. They'll go up against the ace for North Georgia, Kylie Smith, who has led a pitching staff for the Nighthawks that is number 5 overall in the nation. They were number 1 in the Peach Belt Conference coming into this weekend with a 1.40 ERA overall, so it will be a battle of hitting and pitching, but then the flip side of that will be the hitting of the Nighthawks and the pitching of Lenoir-Rhyne. This Lenoir-Rhyne pitching staff gave up 5 runs yesterday to Limestone, who were able to advance to the championship in the first game today, beating North Greenville. On the mound will be Sydney Miller, who got the start yesterday for the Bears in the circle. She went 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and will face a North Georgia team that scores a lot of runs themselves. They came in number 3 in the Peach Belt Conference with 6 runs a game. So this is a team that can put a lot of runs on the board as well, and didn't really show that too much in game 1 yesterday. They were able to get runners on base, get them over, but they were unable to get them in. We'll see if they're able to buck that trend today. We've got starting lineups for you. First for the visiting Nighthawks. Leading off, playing short, number 21, Sydney Sprague. Batting second, playing center, number 9, Steph Hartness. Batting third, the designated player, number 0, Alicia Frierson. Batting fourth, playing first, number 10, Jessica Finch. Batting fifth, playing right, number 5, Kaylin Anthony. Batting sixth, doing the catching, number 8, Shelby Hammondtree. Batting seventh, playing left, number 33, Lexi Duncan. Batting eighth at second, number 32, Jordan Deep. And rounding out the lineup, batting ninth, playing third, number 7, Hannah McSwain. As the first pitch of the ball game missed outside for ball 1 to Sydney Sprague. Comes into this ball game with a 361 average and hits that ball right back up the middle and is able to lead off the game with a base hit for the Nighthawks. Did not have all that much success in game 1, went 0 for 3, so a strong start for her here to start this ball game off. That'll bring Steph Hartness to the plate, who, on the flip side of that, did have a lot of success for North Georgia yesterday. Comes in with a 417 average, but 3 for 3 with a single, a double, and a triple in this regional so far. And a pretty good base runner in Sprague on first. Sydney with 10 for 14 in stolen base attempts. And the first pitch here outside for ball 1. On the mound for Lenoir-Rhyne, as we said, Sydney Miller comes in with a 14-8 record, a 2.33 ERA overall, making her 38th appearance, 25th start, 12 complete games thrown, 150 innings, 164 hits, 69 runs, 50 of them earned, 49 walks, and 56 strikeouts. Down behind Hartness here by a 2-0 count. And that pitch missed low, and now Hartness way ahead here. 3 balls, no strikes. North Georgia gets a leadoff single from Sprague, and now Hartness, very dangerous hitter in the number 2 hole, way ahead in this at-bat as well. And takes a 4-pitch walk, so not a good start to this ball game for Sydney Miller. It's up a single and a walk, and the Nighthawks already in business. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Alicia Frierson coming to the plate, and we'll already have an early meeting at the mound here. As it'll be Sheena Haller coming out to talk to Sydney Miller. So we mentioned that North Georgia needed to drive more runners across the plate, and it's going to be really the middle of this lineup that's going to need to do that. You've got 2 high on-base percentage and 2 high average players at the top of the lineup, and they themselves can do the damage, but where the Nighthawks were really lacking in yesterday afternoon's ball game, had 4 freshmen out of 5 in the middle of this lineup. Jessica Finch, the lone upperclassman in the middle in the 3 through 7 spots in the lineup. She's a senior, but a lot of times it came down to those freshmen to be able to drive in runs, and they finally got an RBI single from Kaylin Anthony late in that ball game, but we'll see if maybe those freshmen can settle in here and really have productive at-bats. And it wasn't really entirely on their shoulders. The Nighthawks, outside of Hartness, were really inconsistent hitting the ball. It's the first pitch here, low and in for ball 1. So there were a lot of opportunities for a lot of players to drive runs in. It just simply did not happen. But if can get more productive at-bats out of the middle of the lineup, North Georgia should do decidedly better today, as this pitch is hit up the middle, and the catch made, the throw to second on to first, a double play not in time as Frierson able to beat that one out. Sprague heads to third. Hartness is cut down at second, so a fielder's choice by the freshman. It goes 1-6. And there's one away here. Now a little bit of confusion. It looked like Frierson was heading to second. Not sure. The field umpire telling Frierson to go to second. Now they will converge. Not really sure what happened there. North Georgia, normally whenever they have runners at the corners, they'll have the runner at first head to second in an attempt to get in to a rundown and trying to get that runner in from third. Frierson able to advance to second there. We'll see if that stands or if maybe time was called by a field official. So a little bit of a crazy start to this game. Had a call that might have been, well, was one that was a little more, took a little more technicality to it in game 1. There was a ball that was hit to short in the North Greenville Limestone game where North Greenville thought runner interference took place there, and it was eventually ruled that it didn't, and it was probably the correct ruling in that situation. But we've seen some unorthodox things go on here at the Hill today, and looks like Frierson will indeed be allowed to stay at second. So the Nighthawks with runners on second and third with one away. We saw this situation from them yesterday, and they were unable to drive the runner in. So we'll see if Jessica Finch can come to the plate here and drive the run in. Finch, a .204 hitter with a homer and 20 RBIs on the year. First pitch over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Finch in yesterday's ball game went 1 for 3, so she did have a hit. And the pitch low and away for ball 1. The count even and a ball and a strike. Looking back, North Georgia had runners on second and third with one out in the fourth. Kaylin Anthony, Shelby Hammondry came to the plate and chopper to third and a pop out to second got North Greenville out of that inning. But Finch able to hit this ball up the middle. That's going to get a run in. And a nice job there by Miller of knocking that ball down. Otherwise, might have given the Nighthawks a chance to score a second run there. So a good deflection, but North Georgia able to drive that runner in here early in this ball game. Sprague will score the run, give Finch the RBI ground out. 2 away in the inning for Kaylin Anthony, who went 1 for 3 yesterday with a 2-out RBI single in the 6th. And a 2-out RBI single here would be big for North Georgia, as it would put them up 2 runs with their ace Kylie Smith on the mound, who only gave up 2 runs yesterday, and that pitch fouled off into the North Georgia bullpen. Anthony's a .357 hitter with 7 homers, 38 RBIs. And that's North Georgia lineup, 5, 6, 7 hitters, all freshmen. Anthony, Hammontree, and Duncan. And only 4 upperclassmen out of 9 hitters in this lineup. That pitch down and in for ball 2. So Anthony ahead, 2 balls and a strike here. Pitch, low for ball 3. So Anthony way ahead here, Miller way behind. And a dangerous pitch to Anthony, who has been able to drive in 38 runners. It's most in the starting lineup, 7 homers, 11 doubles, so a very good hitter. And the pitch is ripped into right field for a base hit, and that's going to score the 2nd run of the game. Frierson coming in, she'll score. Kaylin Anthony with a 2-out RBI single in the 2nd game in a row in this regional for the Nighthawks in North Georgia, who were only able to muster a run in 7 innings yesterday, able to get 2 runs early here in the top of the 1st inning. And it looks like we'll have an early pitching change here. We'll tell you about the new pitcher for Lenoir-Rhyne on the other side of this break here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Softball Championship, May 25th through 29th at Moyer Park in Salem, Virginia. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks. Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
So a very early pitching change here for Lenoir-Rhyne, now making her way into the circle for the Bears. It'll be number 9, Brandy Parks, who came in relief of yesterday's ball game, went 2 innings. Well, yesterday's ball game against Limestone, went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned a strikeout, and really had a rough start to her outing out of the bullpen before settling in. We'll see if she's able to get the final out here in the top of the 1st inning. Pitch finds its own for strike 1 against Shelby Hammontree, who steps in with a .317 average on the year. 8 homers, 32 RBIs. So for 3 in yesterday's ball game. Parks on the year comes in 21-2 with a 1.63 ERA, making her 34th appearance. And the pitch is hit into right field, and the catch will be made there by Walker for out number 3. So North Georgia, though, able to get a couple of runs on a couple of hits. An RBI ground out from Jessica Finch, and a 2-out RBI single to right by Kaylin Anthony gives North Georgia an early 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 1st here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro.
That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
And back here for the bottom of the first inning, Lenor Ryan will come to the plate already needing to overcome a 2-run deficit, and they'll have to do it against one of the better pitchers in the Peach Belt Conference this year and one of the better pitchers in the NCAA, and Kylie Smith as well. Comes in number 8 in the nation came into this weekend number 8 in the nation in total ERA, number 1 in the Peach Belt Conference. So a very, very good hitter pitcher that doesn't give up a lot of runs to an offense that gets a lot of runs as well. And lineup for Lenoir-Rhyne looks like this. Leading off, playing center, number 12, Aaron Boone. Batting second and catching, number 7, Sarah Kinley. Batting third, playing third, number 23, Mackenzie Cates. Batting fourth, playing short, number 21, Madison Carter. Batting fifth, playing first, number 4, Sydney Landreth. Batting sixth, playing second, number 5, Madison Poe. Batting seventh in left, number 3, Dakota Keller. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 14, Jesse Valerius. And batting ninth, playing right, number 22, Christina Walker. As Smith delivers the first pitch high here for ball 1. A little bit different of a pitcher that Lenoir-Rhyne will see today. Saw more power stuff from Limestone with Courtney Smith and Josie Weber. As the first pitch here is ripped into right field for a base hit. Anthony up and throwing, not in time to get Boone, who's a very good runner out of the left-handed batter's box. So a leadoff single for Lenoir-Rhyne. And Smith is, to finish that thought, is more of a control pitcher. She has a lot of good off-speed stuff, works the fastball off of that, and she's more of a finesse pitcher as well. Needs to hit her spots in order to be successful in ball games, because she's not going to overpower you with a fastball. And if she leaves balls over the plate, less chance for her to get away with mistakes. So Lenoir-Rhyne will have to be pretty patient here and wait for a mistake. That's what North Greenville did in their ball game yesterday. They got that mistake in the top of the 5th inning, got a 2-run home run against Smith that gave her only her 4th loss of the season. That bunt is laid down and the play made at first for out number 1. Heading to second is Boone. So Kinley able to move the runner over. There's one away, and that's going to bring Mackenzie Cates to the plate, who's a .309 hitter on the year. 8 homers, 49 RBIs. And a little impressive job of getting that bunt down there by Kinley, as she's a catcher and also hits 11 homers, so showing off diversity to her game. That first pitch over the inside corner for strike 1 to Cates. And that's something that needs to be done in these NCAA regional games. It comes down to which team can really execute whenever they need to execute. A lot of need some 2-out RBI singles sometimes. Need to be able to get that bunt down to get the runner over, because you never really know what's going to happen. So, runner on second, one away here. And you've got your 3-hole hitter up who's driven in 49 runners. The 1-1 missed low for ball 2. So Cates ahead in the count here. And the defensive lineup for North Georgia looks like this. It's Duncan, Hartness, and Anthony left to right in the outfield. It'll be Hannah McSwain at third, Jessica Finch at first. Up the middle will be Sprague and deep as that ball hit to center. Hartness will make the easy catch for out number 2. Not going to tag on her. She's got a pretty good arm out there in center. And a key out number 2 for Smith there behind the plate. Freshman Shelby Hammond-Tree completing the freshman battery with Kylie Smith on the mound. And Madison Carter will come to the plate now. 388 on the year, a homer and 37 RBIs. Carter went 2 for 3 yesterday. So had a couple of hits in the regional. A base hit here gives the Bears a good chance to get on the board. And the pitch found the inside corner for strike 1. So that's what Smith needs to do to be successful today. You'll need to see pitches like that really catch the black of the plate. We saw Limestone pitchers in game 1 this afternoon, or this morning, really execute with those pitches. One is hit up the middle. That will get down. Hartness coming on. She's going to make the throw to the plate. It's going to be cut off by Finch, and they've got the runner in a rundown. No one over at first. Finch able to dive. Can't get the runner at first. And so there's the RBI single for Lenoir-Rhyne. And Carter able to drive in Boone. So the Bears able to cut this one in half. And it's 2-1 early. 2 away in the inning. And Finch Nice effort there to try to get the runner Carter at first, who was stuck between first and second. Now that'll bring Sydney Landreth to the plate, who's a .382 hitter with 4 homers, 54 RBIs. That first pitch finds the outside corner for strike one. So Lenor Ryan able to execute in this bottom half of the first inning and able to drive in the first run of the game. 0-1 pitch is low for ball one. The count even at a ball and a strike. Winner of this game will move on to play scheduled at 3 p.m. this afternoon against North Greenville, who lost earlier today to Limestone. Just missed there from Smith, and the count even at a ball and a strike. Now it's 2 balls and a strike. And Smith back. Ball is hit in the air to center field. Hartness coming on. She's going to make the easy catch for out number 3. So Lenor Ryan able to get a leadoff single, get the runner over, and get a clutch two-out base hit from Madison Carter, and head to the top of the second. Only down a run now here on the Nighthawks Sports Network.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Softball Championship, May 25th through 29th at Moyer Park in Salem, Virginia. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance. A monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
And Lexi Duncan in the box here, 7-8-9 for North Georgia. First pitch low for ball one. Nighthawks able to jump out to a 2-0 lead in the top of the first as they were able to get an RBI ground out and a clutch 2-out RBI single from Anthony, but Lenor Ryan able to answer with an RBI single of their own in the bottom half of the first. And so it's a 2-1 game here. Count even at a ball and a strike. Duncan, a .412 hitter on the year. That pitch low and in for ball two. Doesn't have quite as many at-bats as maybe the top 6 hitters in the lineup do. She's 21 for 51, so in her limited at-bats has shown she can hit the ball well. Not a lot of power. No doubles or triples. Actually, 6 doubles, no homers or triples. And grounds out there to start the top of the second inning. And that'll bring Jordan Deep to the plate. For that, we'll have discussion between Kinley and Miller. The defensive lineup for Lenoir-Rhyne looks like this, backing up Miller in the circle. It'll be Keller, Boone, and Walker left to right in the outfield. At the hot corners, it'll be Cates and Landreth. Up the middle, Carter and Poe, and Kinley behind the plate completes the battery with not Sydney Miller, but Brandy Parks. That pitch missed inside for ball one. At the plate, as we mentioned, Jordan Deep, who's .229 hitter, 6 homers, 13 RBIs. Parks came in as Sydney Miller was only able to get 2 outs in that top of the first inning. And the 2-0 pitch, high for ball 3. So you can go ahead and close the book on Lenoir-Rhyne starter Sydney Miller. 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned a walk, no strikeouts. And with this being an elimination game, head coach Sheena Haller not waiting around to see if Miller could grow into this ball game. Instead decides to go with statistically her ace early on to try to keep it at 2 runs, but a 1-out single draw or 1-out walk drawn there by Deep, so she'll head down to first. Hannah McSwain will come to the plate. McSwain, a .203 hitter on the year, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. Picked up a hit in 2 tries in yesterday's ball game. First pitch finds the outer third for strike 1. Swain came into this ball game 5 for 7, or excuse me, 6 for 8 in her last 6 games. Went 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. And senior on this team. Has been through the battle before, getting the start at third base. Making her 31st appearance, her 22nd start, as that pitch hung it away for ball 2. It's been pretty consistent when you look at the top 6 spots in this North Georgia lineup, all of them 44, 45 games played in for the most part, but the bottom half is really, or the bottom 3 spots have really come about in the latter parts of the season as that ball is hit high and deep to left and way out of here for a homer. So Hannah McSwain able to hit a ball out to left center field and gives the Nighthawks a 4-1 lead here in the top of the 2nd inning. So North Georgia jumping on the board here early after being held to a run. Had 6 hits, so they had base runners, but able to drive in those runners today. 4 runs on 2 hits for the Nighthawks so far, and it's a 4-1 lead. First homer the Nighthawks have hit of the regional. In fact, we've only had 3 home runs hit in total in this regional, so it tells you how good the pitching has been and how good each team has been at keeping the ball in the ballpark. So with 1 away, we'll flip the lineup, and Sydney Sprague will come to the plate. She singled and scored her first time up. Pitch missed outside for ball 1. So Sydney Miller starts the game for Lenoir-Rhyne, gives up a couple of hits. Brandy Parks comes in and, well, gives up a couple of runs, did Miller. She gave up a couple of hits as well, but Parks comes in, gives up a walk and a home run and a couple of runs, and North Georgia up 4-1 early in this elimination game. Back at her last couple of games, gave up 2 runs in 5 2/3 innings against Coker, as Lenoir-Rhyne were knocked out of the South Atlantic Conference tournament. Went 7 innings, didn't give up any earned runs against Newberry. But before that, hadn't thrown too many innings since the Lincoln Memorial game. That was about 6 or 7 starts ago. Hasn't gotten a start in this tournament either, as Lenoir-Rhyne perhaps were hoping to get a better start from Sydney Miller and save Parks for the elimination game to take place after this, but the script changed after North Georgia came out hitting and put up a couple of runs in the inning. Put up a couple more here. The 2-2 pitch just missed the outside corner, and it's full now to Sprague. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Parks, after getting the first out of the inning, really struggling here. The 3-2 pitch is hit in the air to right field, and it'll be Walker over in the gap to make the catch for out number 2. So Parks able to battle back, gets Sprague for out number 2 in the inning, and that'll bring Steph Hartness to the plate, who walked on 4 pitches her first time up. And that, at the time, might not have been a bad result with how she hit the ball yesterday for North Georgia. 3 for 3, a single, a double, and a triple, scored their only run at the ball game. So she came in red hot the first pitch. Missed outside for ball one. Transfer from Florida State. She and Sprague atop this lineup, both transfers from Division I schools. Sprague came from Missouri in the SEC. Hartness comes from Florida State in the ACC. Hartness went 6 for 11 in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. It hits that ball into the gap and it gets to the wall. Hartness gonna stop at second, so she keeps on hitting in this ball game, in this region. Picks up her 4th hit of the region, her 3rd extra base hit. She'll be at second with 2 away, and that'll bring Alicia Frierson to the plate, who reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the top of the 1st inning. Frierson had a rough day against North Greenville yesterday afternoon, went 0 for 3. She's yet to pick up a hit in this regional. The first pitch missed outside for ball one. North Georgia with another key runner on second. Like to drive that runner in and pick up another run on the board. And the pitch finds the outer third for strike one. Looked like she was able to bring that one in just a bit more to get that strike call. And Parks with the 1-1. High and away for ball two. 130 strikeouts in 167 innings, so not really overpowering on the mound. But hitting only 231 against her. 2-1 pitch. Finds the inside corner for strike two, so she's able to find the outside and the inside corner, working the ball well on both corners of the plate. Lenor Ryan came in with just outside the top 20 in fielding percentage, so a pretty good fielding team too. That ball is hit to right field, and the catch will be made by Walker for out number 3, but the Nighthawks able to get a couple more runs on a 2-run home run by Hannah McSwain, and we are through 1.5 complete. It's North Georgia 4, Lenoir-Rhyne 1 here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
This is why we love sports. It's in the way they play, free from the pressures and all the money talk. Playing for simply the love of the game, where everyone has a shot at their definition of success on and off the field. This is what we love about sports, and what we can still love about college sports.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
6-7-8 due up for Lenoir-Rhyne here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. They were able to get a run off of Kylie Smith with a 2-out RBI single from the cleanup hitter, Madison Carter. So they'll look to answer North Georgia, who have been able to score 2 runs in the 1st and the 2nd innings to take a 4-1 lead. Lenoir-Rhyne behind the 8 ball once again here in this ball game. They fell behind by a 3-1 score through 4 innings yesterday. Gave up 2 more in the 5th to Limestone. They scored 2 in the 6th, but ultimately came up short and lost that ball game by a 5-3 score. First pitch here from Smith, missed outside for ball one. Madison Poe on the year, a .348 hitter, a homer and 26 RBIs. And the pitch is popped up on the infield, and it'll be Deep, who was able to make the catch just in front of Sprague as they both nearly collided on the second base side. A second, the Nighthawks able to make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring Dakota Keller to the plate. 270 hitter on the year with 8 homers and 23 RBIs. Went 1 for 2 yesterday. And the first pitch finds a zone at the belt on the outer third for strike 1. Lenor Ryan was able to answer with a run in the first. We'll see if they can answer North Georgia here in the second. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another good pitch on the outside corner by Smith. Able to blow it by Keller for strike 2. And the pitch here, swing and a miss, a nice off-speed pitch that ran away from Keller for out number 2. So quickly 2 up, 2 down for Smith here in the second inning. Ryan lost 5-3 to Limestone yesterday. They were knocked out of their conference tournament, the South Atlantic Conference, after winning their first 2 games of the conference. That first pitch to the 8-hole hitter, Valerius, finds the inside corner for strike 1. They lost a tough 1-0 game to Carson Newman, who are the number 2 seed, who are the number 2 seed in the Southeast region. As that ball is hit to third, McSwain throws to Finch at first. Lost a 4-3 nail-biter to Coker. Lost a close game yesterday and find themselves down 4-1 through 2 complete. We head to the top of the third. North Georgia leaders 4-1 here on the Nighthawks Sports Network.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
Think of the NCAA as a marching band. We wouldn't stop with halftime. We'd be full-time, celebrating student athletes in everything they do. Okay, so don't think of us as a marching band. Think of us as a spirit squad. Well, just know we're always there for student athletes.
And it'll be 4-5-6 in the order due up for North Georgia here in the top of the third inning. They were able to get 2 runs in each of their first 2 innings, take a 4-1 lead. So they've already well outpaced themselves in runs from their first game yesterday. First pitch here to Finch. This is down and in for ball 1. Finch was able to pick up an RBI ground out in the top of the first inning and was able to drive in a runner with less than 2 outs, something North Georgia wasn't able to do in their first game. In yesterday's ball game, only managed a single run against North Greenville despite out-hitting the Crusaders by a 6-4 margin. First pitch in there for a strike. Finch was able to pick up one of those 6 hits for North Georgia yesterday. Finished 1 for 3 on the afternoon. And the 1-1 pitch is ripped foul down the third base line. She's hit number 9 in the order for most of the season, but really saves her best hitting for postseason play. She's named to 3 times named to the Peach Belt Conference All-Tournament team, and in 2015 was named to the NCAA Division II Championship All-Tournament team as well. So with her historically good performances in the postseason, Coach Mike Davenport deciding to move her up in the lineup. Does have some experience on a pretty young North Georgia team as well in NCAA games. Count even 2 balls and 2 strikes here. And was able to hit a ball hard in the first inning. Was really unlucky that it didn't end up in center field and turn into 2 RBIs, as the pitcher at the time, Sidney Miller, was able to deflect it. And Finch was thrown out at first, but was able to drive in at least the 1 run. Full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Lenoir-Rhyne have really not had the start to this ball game they wanted on the mound. 3-2 pitch swung on and missed route number 1 started with Sydney Miller, who was quickly relieved in the top of the first inning. Miller went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, a walk, no strikeouts. With that strikeout, Parks picks up her first strikeout, and it's now gone 2 innings and given up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, and a walk as well. First pitch over the inner third for strike 1 to Kaylin Anthony, who was able to drive in a key second run in that top of the first inning, had a 2-out RBI single through the hole on the right side. She's able to drive in a 2-out run in the 6th yesterday, so she's got 2 2-out RBIs in this region. In this regional, as that pitch finds the outer third for strike 2. Strategy with Miller starting for Lenoir-Rhyne was obviously to try to keep Parks for the second part, or the second game today that they would play if they were able to win this ball game. But with the 2 runs by North Georgia, strategy shifted quickly. Parks out there in relief for the second day in a row. She came in relief of Miller in game 1 yesterday against Limestone. Came in the 5th inning as that pitch hits Anthony, so she'll head down to first with a hit by pitch with 2 strikes on her. She'll be on first with 1 away for Shelby Hammondtree. And Parks came in and had a little bit of a rough time getting settled in that ball game. She gave up a couple of hits and a couple of runs early in that appearance, but really settled down afterwards. And much the same here today. She got the first 2 outs. Well, she got the final out of the first inning and got the first out of the second, but then gave up a walk and a homer to Hannah McSwain. So we'll see if she can continue to settle into this ball game as the first pitch to Shelby Hammondtree misses outside for ball 1. Hammondtree came into this ball game a .317 hitter, has hit 8 homers and 32 RBIs. Hit 3 consecutive homers and 3 consecutive at-bats against Seton Hill earlier this season. So certainly someone that whenever she is on fire can really do a lot of damage with the long ball. Went 1 for 9 in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. It's 3 for 16 with 3 RBIs coming into this NCAA regional. Yesterday finished 0 for 3 as that pitch is lined foul down the third base line. So in a little bit of a slump here to finish the season, but now would be a good time to try to break that slump as North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne both facing elimination from this NCAA Southeast Regional number 1. The loser here will be the first team eliminated in this regional, and we say regional number 1 because there's a second regional as well. Carson Newman, the 2 seed overall in the Southeast. Armstrong State, the 3 seed overall in the Southeast. Young Harris, number 6, and Pfeiffer, number 7, all playing in Savannah, Georgia. And the first game of that regional, or that the winner's bracket game today, was played between Pfeiffer and Young Harris, as both picked up the upset in game 1. As the runner goes and the throw heads into center field, so Anthony will head to second. Well, to finish that thought, Young Harris lost to Pfeiffer in the winner's bracket game there. So Pfeiffer, who came in ranked, I believe, number 7 in the nation, the 7th seed in the NCAA Southeast in total, able to head to the championship game tomorrow. Young Harris will play later this afternoon at 4 p.m. And will face elimination. They'll play the winner of Armstrong and Carson Newman. So one of the top seeds in the NCAA Southeast could go down and be eliminated early. We could have the same result here with North Georgia. As the count full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes on Hammondtree. And Anthony given the stolen base, so she's still second, and Hammondtree hits that ball into left field, just foul, and nearly dropped that one in. Would have given Anthony a good chance to score, but Keller got over there quickly and left for Lenoir-Rhyne, so would have more than likely been a bang-bang play at the plate. The count's still full to the North Georgia freshman catcher, with another freshman, Lexi Duncan, on deck. So this is one of those situations where North Georgia really needs to be able to drive the runner in. Hammondtree nearly got a hold of that one. Good swing, fouled it straight back to the screen. Weren't able to come through in situations like this yesterday. They've been pretty good about scoring with runners on so far this afternoon. And the full count pitch is hit down the left field line, on a line, but foul. Hammondtree continuing to battle with Brandy Parks here in what has been a lengthy at bat. It also included Kaylin Anthony being able to steal second. Winner of this game will take on North Greenville. That game is scheduled for 3 p.m. The 3-2 pitch is ripped foul down the left field line, but Hammondtree bringing that ball closer and closer to that line, just out in front of that delivery from Parks. The Crusaders went down 4-1 to Limestone in the first game this morning. It was a game that only took an hour and 25 minutes to play, and Limestone able to pick up 2 runs in the third, a run in the fifth and the sixth. North Greenville scored first in the second. The Crusaders awaiting the winner here as Hammondtree continues to battle with Parks. It's been spoiling some pretty good pitchers' pitches. We'll see if she can stay back on a ball here. Has been really out in front for a lot of this at bat. Has good power, as we mentioned, with 8 homers. And the full count delivery. That ball is hit in the air into left field. Keller coming in, and it's over her head. She misplayed the ball. It'll bounce off the top of the wall and will be a ground rule double. So that will allow Anthony to come in to score the stolen base. Big there, as that ball was just able to hop over the wall. Perhaps getting a little bit of a bounce from the turf. And now it's a 5-1 North Georgia lead, as Lexi Duncan will come to the plate with Hammondtree on second. So a hit by pitch with 2 strikes coming back to haunt Lenoir-Rhyne in this inning. Shelby Hammondtree, after a lengthy at bat, hit a ball to left, and Keller came in, broke in on it initially, and the ball went over her head and bounced over the fence for a ground rule double. Lenoir-Rhyne team, as we mentioned, a pretty good fielding team, just outside the top 20 nationally in fielding percentage coming into this NCAA regional. Had a .970 overall fielding percentage on the year, so a rare mistake there, and one that is especially costly, as North Georgia able to get a run off of it. Lexi Duncan will come to the plate now with a runner on second, once again 1 away. Duncan 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher her first time up. First pitch finds the 7 for strike 1. Duncan 0 for 2 with a walk yesterday. And Parks back in the circle, sets and delivers. That ball is ripped foul, just foul down the third base line. And the third base umpire just able to get out of the way of that one. So it looks like that pitch missed outside for ball 1. And the 1-2 pitch. That ball is fouled off as Duncan continues to battle. North Georgia, when they've been down to 2 strikes in this inning, have really been able to battle and get good results. Parks doing a good job of getting ahead of the North Georgia hitters here, but really has been unable to put them away. Looks like the umpiring crew, looks like Tammy Tully Delory will come behind the plate for this game. Monique McMurray moves to first, and nearly being hit with a ball out there at third was Sean Schumacher. This count even 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Duncan. Parks has really had to work pretty hard in this inning. It's like there's a little bit of light action in the Lenoir-Rhyne bullpen as well, as that ball is fouled off down the third base line. It's up against the back of Bob Stein Stadium, which backs up to Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium here in Dahlonega. The way the complex is set up here, you've got the UNG soccer complex at the top, and then you've got baseball below that and softball below that, and sort of a tiered ridge layout, as that foul ball is caught by Kinley, going a long way from behind the plate, able to make a nice play in foul territory for out number 2. So Duncan, after battling back and evening the count, unable to get on base, and Parks able to get a key out number 2 in the inning. That'll bring up Jordan Deep, who's yet to record an official at bat as she walked her first time up. And the pitch is popped foul. That'll get over the Lenoir-Rhyne dugout for strike 1. Deep came into this NCAA regional struggling and went a little bit 0 for 10 with 2 walks in the Peach Belt Conference tournament, 2 for 15 overall coming into this regional in her last 6 games. So that pitch just missed inside for ball 1 and went 0 for 3 yesterday. So is really having a tough time at the plate for the Nighthawks right now. Does have some power potential though, as she does have 6 homers out of her 16 hits. Pitch, high and away for ball 2. In fact, 6 homers and a double out of her 16 hits, so 9 singles, 7 extra base hits. Good power for the North Georgia hitter when she can make contact. A feast or famine type hitter as well. 2-1 pitch is hit foul. That'll make its way on to Bob Stein Stadium, and the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good day for baseball here. Forecast is, or excuse me, a good day for softball here. 2-2 pitch is fouled off, as the forecast later on in the evening calls for thunderstorms, but that forecast has been kept getting pushed farther and further back. So we'll hope that the rain holds off this afternoon, because partly cloudy skies, not too warm right now with the overcast skies this morning, kind of kept the temperature down as this pitch is popped up on the infield, and Cates will make the easy catch for out number 3. So North Georgia able to drive in another run, and Shelby Hammontree was able to hit a ground rule double to left center field. North Georgia takes a 5-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 3rd here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, Manti, move down.
It's a tearjerker!
Think of the NCAA as a spirit squad, cheering for student athletes at every big event and every small one. We'd be there in the classroom, at graduation, at their first job interview. Okay, so don't think of us as a spirit squad. Think of us as a mascot. Well, just know we're always there for student athletes.
9-1-2 due up for Lenor Ryan here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They'll face Kylie Smith, who, after giving up a run in the first, was able to get a 1-2-3 inning in the second. So they are now facing an even further deficit after not answering North Georgia in that bottom of the second inning, down 5-1. It's the Nighthawks of North Georgia, who are the visitors today, even though normally play their home games here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium due to a coin toss that occurred last night to determine the home team. North Georgia, 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Lenoir-Rhyne, a run on 2 hits, no errors. So Walker will come to the plate left, hitting left-handed. She's listed as a right-handed hitter. We'll investigate that and see if perhaps she is a switch hitter. First pitch here from Smith. Misses outside for ball 1. So either way, Walker, a .320 hitter on the year with no homers, 25 RBIs. The pitch is hit into left center field, but Hartness had her played perfectly, able to make an easy catch in center for out number 1. That'll bring the top of the lineup as we'll flip it, and Aaron Boone will come to the plate 1-for-1 with a single and scored in the first. She was able to get a base hit, move to second, and then came in on a 2-out single. That 1-0 finds the outside corner for strike 1. Single came to right field. And the 1-1 low and away for ball 2. Boone came into the ballgame a .439 hitter, 17 stolen bases. So a fast runner out of that left-handed batter's box as Smith fails to find the strike zone there, and the count 3 balls and a strike. .3-1 over the heart of the plate, able to bring the count full with 3 balls and 2 strikes. Has only had 5 hits in her, 3 hits in her last 5 games. So a little bit of a slump here at the end of the season. Full count delivery is hit in the air into shallow center field. Hartness coming in. She's going to make the catch for out number 2. So a pair of flyouts to center is how the bottom of the third starts for Kylie Smith. 2 away, and that'll bring Sarah Kinley to the plate. First pitch missed high for ball 1. Kinley is 0 for 1, laid down a bunt that allowed the runner to advance to second in the first. As that pitch has once again popped up, this time on the infield. Sprague will call everybody off, make the catch for out number 3. So Kylie Smith settling into this ball game, 3 up, 3 down for the second inning in a row. We're through 3 complete. North Georgia 5-1 leaders here on the Nighthawks Sports Network.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And for North Georgia here in the top of the 4th inning, as we're moving right along in this game number 2 of the afternoon, game number 4 of regional number 1 in the Southeast. It'll be 9-1-2 McSwain, Sprague, and Hartness. Hannah McSwain 1 for 1, hit a 2-run bomb to left field her first time up. And it was home run number 3 on the year, drove in 2 runs, so she now has 10 RBIs and made it a 4-1 North Georgia lead at that point. First pitch missed low and away for ball 1. They would add another run with the Nighthawks in the top of the 3rd inning. So they lead this one 5-1, going back to bat, trying to get some more runs to increase the lead. As the 1-0 pitch on the way finds the outer third for strike 1. Back on the mound, Brandy Parks for Lenoir-Rhyne came in relief. The starter, Sydney Miller, who only lasted 2/3 of an inning in this ballgame. That's all Lenoir-Rhyne head coach Sheena Haller needed to see to decide to go with Parks out of the bullpen. Since then, North Georgia has been able to put 3 runs on Lenoir-Rhyne's top pitcher this year. Fly out to right for McSwain is how we start the inning. 1 away. That'll bring Sydney Sprague to the plate. Sprague is 1 for 2, singled and scored in the first, flew out to right in the second. Was held hitless yesterday. Came right back and got a single to start the ball game for the Nighthawks. That really set the tone for North Georgia. Yeah, she singled. Hartness walked. A fielder's choice would lead the runners on the corners. Jessica Finch with 1 away, able to hit a ball hard up the middle. It's partially deflected by Sydney Miller as Sprague rips that ball to left, but unfortunately right at Keller. A nice play ranging to her right. Sydney Sprague really squared that one out, and that's 2 away. Steph Hartness coming to the plate. Finish up that thought about that inning. Finch was able to drive in a runner with less than 2 outs, something North Georgia wasn't able to do in yesterday's ball game. Then got a key 2-out single from Kaylin Anthony to make it 2 runs. Got the McSwain homer after a Jordan Deep walk in the second, and were able to drive in a run as Shelby Hammondtree hit a ground roll double to left over the field head of left fielder Keller, who misjudged the ball a little bit. After Kaylin Anthony was hit by a pitch with 2 strikes and stole second. 1-0 outside for ball 2. So North Georgia really clicking on all cylinders. Hartness has been on fire. 4 hits in this regional. That pitch finds the strike zone for the first strike. Count is 2 balls and a strike. Had a single, double, and triple. Finished a homer shy of the cycle yesterday. Already a double and a walk today. And the 2-1 outside for ball 3. This might be more of an intentional walk. And you see a lot of times with hitters that are on fire, Hartness can do some damage. Got her 14th double, has 6 triples and 7 homers, so a lot of extra base hits. And this pitch is ripped into left center field, and there's another double, another extra base hit for Hartness. She'll head into second standing with a 2-out double on a 3-1 pitch. So she hits that ball in about the same spot she hit her double in the second. Runner on second with 2 away, and a chance for the Nighthawks to add another run with 2 outs on the board, as it'll be Alicia Frierson to come to the plate. She's 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the first. Flew out to right in the second. And the first pitch to Frierson. Low and away for ball 1. North Georgia's been able to explode for 5 runs here early in this ball game. That pitch low for ball 2. After only being able to pick up a run in 7 innings against North Greenville yesterday, ran into Amanda Coffrin. Was able to hold a normally high-scoring Nighthawk offense to 1 run on 6 hits. Might see Coffrin a little bit later here on the Nighthawks Sports Network, as we'll have coverage of Game 3 of the day, game number 5 of the regional, set to take place after this one. The winner of this game will take on North Granville at 3 p.m., and that will be an elimination game as well. It's a championship game set for 12 p.m. tomorrow, with the if necessary game set for 2:30 after that. It's Frierson back into the box, facing a 2-0 count, and the pitch high and in for ball 3. Way ahead is Frierson. That pitch able to find the outer third for strike 1. And the 3-1. Ball is ripped into center field. That's going to get down. Hartness going to be waved around third. She will score easily. North Georgia able to drive in another runner with 2 outs and scoring position. Alicia Frierson comes through in the clutch this time for North Georgia. And it's 6-1 Nighthawks here in the top of the 4th inning. That'll bring Jessica Finch to the plate, who's 0 for 2. Did have an RBI ground out in the top of the 1st inning. Struck out in the 3rd. First pitch here outside for ball 1. It's like in the other Southeast Regional going on, Carson Newman Armstrong State, that game was scheduled for 1:30. Looks like they are getting pretty close to getting ready to go there. So we'll try to keep you updated on that one as well. And it's already Pfeiffer who are through to the championship game in that regional. 1-0 pitches hit in the air into left center field. Boone going over, going to make a nice running catch in left center field for out number 3. But North Georgia once again able to tack on another insurance run. They lead this game by a 6-1 score as we head to the bottom of the 4th here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I coined my definition of success in 1934. My definition of success is peace of mind attained only through self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable. It's like reputation and character. Reputation is what others perceive you to be. Character is what you are.
It's on us, all of us, to make sexual assault unacceptable.
Take the pledge at itsonus.org and be a part of the solution.
We are challenging every Division II campus to take the pledge, to make a statement, and to make sexual assault unacceptable, because
it's on us!
And heart of the order due up for Lenoir-Rhyne here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, and they need to get some base runners and get some runs across here starting pretty soon, as the Bears are down 6-1 in this as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and have really been unable to figure out Kylie Smith after that 1st inning. Smith has been able to get 1, 2, 3 innings in the 2nd and the 3rd, and it'll be led off this inning by Mackenzie Cates, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Cates batting 3rd today. Yesterday's ball game hit in the 6th hole, so gets the bump up to the number 3 hole today. There's been some lineup restructuring. 2-hole hitter Walker for Lenoir-Rhyne yesterday, hitting in the 9 hole today. Kinley, the catcher, moved up a spot. Cates moved up to 3rd. Carter, 5-hole hitter, moves up into the cleanup spot. Landreth dropped a spot. Poe stayed the same, so did Keller. But it's Valerius who is the designated player today instead of Cassie Healy. So nearly wholesale changes as far as order in the lineup for Lenoir-Rhyne, trying to get some runs against North Georgia and stay alive here. The 1-1 inside for ball 2. As it's been unsuccessful so far, Lenoir-Rhyne a run on just 2 hits. Those 2 hits came in the first inning. Or Georgia, on the other hand, 6 hits yesterday in their ball game. 7 more today, but a lot more efficient. Have been able to score 6 runs as that ball fouled off down the left field line. And the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And for the most part, Kylie Smith is on the mound for North Georgia today. Did fairly well in that ball game against North Greenville. Finished with 9 Ks in 7 innings and really only made 1 real mistake of the game. But North Greenville able to cash in on that mistake. As it was Kelsey Rivers who had a 2-run homer to left. Smith able to get a strikeout there for out number 1 in the inning. Hasn't struck out that many batters today. Has only struck out 2 and now 3 1/3 innings pitched. But it's gotten a lot of flyouts, a couple of ground outs. So she's been able to get some easy outs. As that ball hits off her glove, it'll be barehanded by Sprague. She'll wisely hold on to that ball. So it'll be runner on first with 1 away for Lenoir-Rhyne. And that'll bring Landreth. It'll bring Landreth to the plate, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Carter able to reach with the infield single there. Landreth in the left-handed batter's box. And the 0-1 pitch. Just missed outside for ball 1. The count even at a ball and a strike. One. Low and away for ball 2. Ball looked like it spent a lot of time in the zone for Smith, but dropped out at the last moment as it dropped below the knees for ball 2. 2-1 count. Landreth with 54 RBIs, tied for the lead in the starting lineup for the Bears as that ball is hit foul over the North Georgia dugout. And nearly hits a spectator that was making his way into the park there. Luckily, like it fell about a couple of feet away from him. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch. That's high for ball 3. And we will go full here. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Carter at the plate. That pitch is hit over the head of Sprague at short. As Carter heads to second, it's Landreth who's on first. So back-to-back singles for Lenoir-Rhyne. Carter, who had 5 runs in the last, or 5 hits in the last 5 games, able to add another one there. It's 5 hits coming into this regional. She's able to pick up a couple of hits yesterday, so she's been hitting the ball well for the Bears as Poe comes to the plate. First pitch over the outer third for strike 1. Poe is 0 for 1 with a pop out to second, so Smith in a little bit of trouble here in this inning. The pitch is ripped foul, just fouled down the third base line. Lenoir-Rhyne able to put on a couple of hitters here with 1 away and setting themselves up to perhaps get a run or 2 back and try to cut into this North Georgia deficit. Poe 0 for 3 yesterday, only 3 hits in her last 5 games. A pitch fouled back to the screen, able to stay alive. And the count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Is had 14 at-bats in her last 5 games and just 3 hits. And the delivery here is popped up on the infield. Sydney Sprague will make the catch for out number 2. And so 2 away with runners at first and second. And that'll bring up the 7-hole hitter, the Dakota Killer, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. One of 2 Bears to strike out today against Kylie Smith. Shows bunt, pretty good runner. First pitch, lays down the bunt, trying to bunt for a hit, and it goes back to the screen. Has 9 stolen bases in 11 attempts. He has a hit and 2 tries in this regional. Had a couple of hits in the South Atlantic tournament as well. And that ball is grounded. McSwain at third, who makes the throw to Finch for out number 3. So Lenoir-Rhyne able to get runners to first and second with 1 away, but Kylie Smith able to pitch out of trouble here in the 4th. We're through 4 complete. It's North Georgia 6, Lenoir-Rhyne 1 here on the Nighthawks Sports Network.
I coined my definition of success in 1934. My definition of success is peace of mind attained only through self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable. It's like reputation and character. Reputation is what others perceive you to be. Character is what you are.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
And new pitcher in the circle for Lenoir-Rhyne here to start the top of the 5th inning. It'll be number 15, Ty Triplett, who comes in making her 19th appearance. She's made 11 starts, an 11-2 record with a 2.27 ERA coming into this ball game. Has thrown 4 complete games, has a save on the season, 61 2/3 innings, 55 hits, 28 runs, 20 of them earned, 27 walks, 48 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .236 against her. And the pitch finds its own for strike 1. Triplett, a sophomore, 5'6", out of Valdez, North Carolina. It's a right-handed pitcher. And the 0-1. Down and in for ball 1. The count even at a ball and a strike. Kaylin Anthony, a freshman, leading off for North Georgia in this inning. Anthony has been on base twice, singled and drove in a runner the first, hit by a pitch and scored in the 3rd. And the 1-1. Low for ball 2. And she's ahead in the count. 2 balls and a strike. Didn't see Triplett yesterday, part of this Lenoir-Rhyne pitching staff that came into this weekend with 3 pitchers with ERAs under 2.5. But Kaylin Anthony able to greet Triplett there with a single to center. And so it's a leadoff hit for the Nighthawks, their 8th hit of the ball game, and they have really come out and swung the bats well, responding like you would think a number 1 seed in the Southeast region would do. And that'll bring Shelby Hammondtree to the plate. Hammondtree's doubled in 2 tries so far this afternoon, flew out to right in her first at bat. First pitch finds its own for strike 1. This is the 3rd pitcher that Lenoir-Rhyne have used today in this ball game, trying to see if somebody can try to shut down this North Georgia attack, which was really sent to jail in yesterday afternoon's ball game, but they responded pretty well here. As the count, a ball and a strike on Hammondtree. Close the book on the second pitcher for Lenor Ryan this afternoon, Brandy Parks. She went 3 1/3, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned a walk and a strikeout through 84 pitches. As the 1-1 is low for ball 2. And the count, 2 balls and a strike. As Hammondtree trying to lay down a bunt here that would allow Anthony to move to second. As North Georgia just trying to get the runners on, over, and in, and trying to add to this 6-1 lead. Looks like even further action going on in that Lenoir-Rhyne bullpen. There's the 2-1 pitch. He has hit off the handle, so it'll do just about the same job as a bunt. Heading to second is Anthony. So Hammondtree able to move the runner over. Be the first out of the inning, and that'll bring Lexi Duncan to the plate, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out to the pitcher and a foul out to the catcher. Duncan looking for her first hit of the regional. 0 for 2 yesterday, 0 for 2 again today. The pitch, high for ball 1. Did pick up a walk for the Nighthawks in yesterday's afternoon's ball game, though. And the 1-0. Missed outside for ball 2, so she's way ahead in the count here. 2 balls, no strikes as wind starting to pick up here in Dahlonega. And it's like it's maybe blowing in from right center just a bit. The 2-0 pitch finds the inside corner for strike 1. It hadn't really been windy all day. It didn't have any wind for game 1 this afternoon. Or game 1 this morning, excuse me. Supposed to be this afternoon, but we had to move game times up a couple hours due to weather as that pitch hit to third. The throw across the diamond. Duncan can't advance the runner over or get her in. Here are 2 away in the inning for Jordan Deep. So for 1 with a walk this afternoon. The forecast is calling for thunder showers that look like starting at the beginning of the day to come in about 12 p.m. and then it's been pushed further and further back the further in the day we've gone. So hopefully they'll hold off as that ball hit to first, and the shovel throw to first will retire Deep for out number 3. So North Georgia able to get a leadoff single, get the runner to second, unable to drive the runner in, and it's a scoreless frame. The first one of the afternoon put up by Lenoir-Rhyne. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning, 6-1 North Georgia here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
Think of the NCAA as a marching band. We wouldn't stop with halftime. We'd be full-time, celebrating student athletes in everything they do. Okay, so don't think of us as a marching band. Think of us as a spirit squad. Well, just know we're always there for student athletes.
And it'll be 8-9-1 due up for Lenoir-Rhyne as we're getting later in this ball game here in Dahlonega, Georgia. The Bears facing elimination as this is the first elimination game here in NCAA Southeast Regional number 1. First pitch here by Smith to start the inning. Pops the mid over the inside corner for strike 1. Larry is 0 for 1 with a ground out to third. And that pitch is hit to short. Sprague able to make the catch, easy catch for out number 1. Smith with 2 pitches in and out to start the bottom of the 5th inning. And action, they've started ball game down in Savannah between Armstrong and Carson Newman. One of those 2 teams who are number 2 and number 3 overall in the Southeast region heading into their regional play. One of those teams will be headed home. Looks like we are in the bottom of the first inning there. Carson Newman unable to score in the top half. Armstrong at the plate. And there are 2 outs in that bottom of the first inning. So the winner out of that regional will play the winner out of this regional in a super regional set to take place next week. First pitch missed outside for ball 1. In fact, the dates for the Southeast Super Regional set for Thursday, May 18th and Friday, May 19th. 1-0. That ball is hit to third. McSwain able to throw across the diamond. Zips it over to Finch for out number 2. So quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And we'll flip the lineup, and Aaron Boone will come to the plate. Boone is 1 for 2, a single in the first, flew out to center in the third. Smith has gotten the first 2 hitters here, bidding for a 1-2-3 inning. First pitch missed low for ball 1. It's been a much better performance at the plate if you're a North Georgia fan this afternoon. Been able to score 6 runs on 8 hits, haven't committed an error either. Lenoir-Rhyne, if you're a Bear fan, a little bit disappointing as well. One of the top offenses in the nation coming into this regional. Really been shut down in 2 games. Held to 3 runs by Limestone yesterday afternoon. And Kylie Smith tossing a 1-run ball game here again today. Only 4 hits for the Bears. And the 2-1. Low and away for ball 3. So Boone way ahead here. 3 balls and a strike. Does have 7 homers on the year, so pretty good power for the Lenoir-Rhyne center fielder. And the 3-1 finds the outside corner, and the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Winner of this game will play North Greenville in a game that is scheduled to have first pitch at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Full count delivery, and that ball is hit to second, deep, gonna glove, throw to first for out number 3. So an easy 3 up, 3 down inning for Kylie Smith. We're through 5 complete, and it's North Georgia 6, Lenoir-Rhyne 1 here on the Nighthawks Sports Network.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
This would be a great day to play perfect, wouldn't it?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
9-1-2 due up for this North Georgia lineup as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Anna McSwain going to lead it off, the number 9 hitter for the Nighthawks. She 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run back in the second that sailed over the left center field wall. She'll face Ty Triplett, who's back in the circle for Lenoir-Rhyne. First pitch out off over near the North Georgia dugout. Looks like there's action in the North Georgia bullpen. It's Bria Bush who's out there up and throwing. Maybe a little strategy might be coming into play here. Let Bush finish out 6th and 7th innings and then let her start the elimination game if North Georgia gets there. As McSwain able to pick up her 2nd hit of the ball game, hits it through the right side. Then you could bring in Smith perhaps later on in that ball game to close it out, try to get you to the championship game tomorrow, and then from there it'll be all hands on deck. But North Georgia has to win this one first. They're in a pretty good position, up 6-1. So McSwain picks up the 9th hit of the afternoon for the Nighthawks. And Sydney Sprague comes to the plate. She's 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored back in the first. Sprague came into the game with a 361 average, led the team with 10 home runs, was held hitless in yesterday's ball game, so able to set the tone for North Georgia at the top of the lineup today with that single and run scored in the first. 1-0 pitch, lays down a nice bunt. The throw will be made to first, headed to second is McSwain, so Sprague able to lay down a bunt, get the runner to second with one away for North Georgia's hottest hitter right now, Steph Hartness, who has hit doubles in her last 2 at-bats, also walked in the first inning here this afternoon, picked up a double, a triple, and a single yesterday, so she's got 5 hits in 5 tries in this regional. Both North Greenville and Lenoir-Rhyne have been unable to keep her off the base paths. First pitch high and away for ball 1. The base open might not be a bad idea to try to take the bat out of Hartness's hands here, even though you do have Frierson coming up on deck, who is the 3-hole hitter, and then an experienced Jessica Finch, who's already driven in a run after her. Count even now at a ball and a strike as the wind starts to gust, blowing right to left across the outfield. Anything up in the air to the left side. Get it up and hit it hard enough, might have a chance. As that ball off the glove of Poe at second, coming around to score is McSwain. Hartness heading to third. She will be in there with a triple. And so Steph Hartness, another extra base hit, and drives in another run for North Georgia. That's the 7th of the ball game. 10th hit. Runner on third with 1 away now. And the aforementioned Frierson coming to the plate, so Lenor Ryan electing to pitch to Hartness, and she made him pay once again, ripped that ball to right center. To continue that thought, right-handed hitters and left-handed hitters that hit the ball to the opposite field, if you can get it up in that wind, then, it has a chance to carry it out of here. Looks like there are intermediate gusts. A little something to keep an eye on the rest of this ball game, and perhaps heading into the next game as well. The 0-1 pitch missed inside for ball 1. Frierson's 1 for 3 with a single. Drove in Hartness with a single in the 4th. And the 1-1. High and away for ball 2. Frierson a home run, only 1 homer on the year, so not someone you would think you would typically slot into the 3-hole, but she does have a pretty high average. 2-1 pitch inside for ball 2, inside for ball 3. So 3-1 on Frierson, but someone that gets on base a lot, so you've got some pretty good power with Anthony and Hammondtree on down in the order. The 3-1, high and away for ball 4. And she's able to draw a walk and head to first with 1 away as Finch will come to the plate. Jessica Finch is 0 for 3 today. Did drive in a run with an RBI ground out in the first. Was really robbed of a single there, as now the rundown will be initiated by North Georgia. As we'll see what happens here. Frierson will head back to first, and Coach Davenport playing some mind games there when North Georgia has a runner at third. They like to send the runner from first automatically and just see what the decision will be from the opposing team. Bears played it pretty well right there, and keeping Frierson at first, number 1, because a lot of times you'll see the North Georgia base runner just take second, and then you're in a little bit of a difficult position there as the force out at second is taken away, but Lenor Ryan played that one perfectly. Runners on first and third with 1 away. It looks like we will have a pinch runner as well. And Jessica Finch, after a lot of hoopla, will now come to the plate with runners on the corners and 1 away. Does have that RBI ground out. Is also struck out and flew out to center. Pinch runner at first is Whitney Worth for North Georgia. scored 29 runs for North Georgia this year as that ball is hit into shallow left field. It'll drop for a base hit. So Jessica Finch able to pick up her first hit of the ball game. Hartness comes in to score. Heading to second is Worth. And there's one out in the inning still, and that'll bring Kaylin Anthony to the plate. He was picked up 2 hits and a hit by pitch today. She's yet to be retired as North Georgia up 8-1, scored 2 runs in this inning. The first pitch high for ball 1. Anthony, a 5'7" freshman from Houston, Georgia. 2 for 8 during the Peach Belt Conference tournament as that ball fouled into the netting just to the side of the Lenoir-Rhyne dugout. Count even. Coming into the Southeast Regional was 5 for 15 in 6 games prior to the regional starting. So looks like we'll now have a pinch runner for Jessica Finch as well. That'll be Brittany Gillum for North Georgia. She scored 10 runs for the Nighthawks this year as well. So some more fresh legs. They have 2 pretty speedy runners on the bases for North Georgia. Ball in the gap here could potentially score a couple of runs as well. 1-1 to Anthony. That ball is hit foul over the North Georgia dugout. Finish that thought. Anthony 5 for 15 coming into the last 6 games. Picked up another base hit yesterday. She's 6 for her last 18 and has picked up 2 more hits to give her 8 hits in her last 8 games. As that ball gets back to the screen and rounding third, but staying there is Worth. Heading to second is Gillum. Be a wild pitch that allows the runners to move up, and now gives Anthony a good opportunity to drive in a couple more runs as count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a 2-out RBI in the first. Scored the 4th run of the game for the Nighthawks with a hit by pitch. As that ball is hit down to third and tagged out at the plate is Worth. Anthony headed to second. Runners will still be on second and third. It'll be 2 away now. Shelby Hammondtree comes to the plate. Hammondtree has a ground rule double sandwiched between fly out to right in the first and a ground out in the 5th. And the first pitch here is down and in for ball 1. And the 1-0. Outside for ball 2, so Hammondtree way ahead here. 2 balls, no strikes. Has had the potential to hit a homer here, and a homer would put North Georgia up by 10 runs and might shorten this game by an inning if they can drive in 3 more runs here in the top of the 6th and hold Lenoir-Rhyne in the bottom half. 2-0 pitch is fouled off at the plate. North Georgia has been able to add 2 more runs in this inning and lead this one by an 8-1 score as they have really come out and dominated this ball game from the start. That pitch is hit into foul territory. A nice running catch by Landreth for out number 3. So Hammondtree fouls out to the first baseman to end the top of the 6th inning. But North Georgia, a couple more hits, a couple more runs, and they take an 8-1 lead as we head to the bottom half of the 6th. It's North Georgia leading late in this elimination game here on the Nighthawks Sports Network.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. no autographs, no private jets, no fan clubs, no Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks. Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
Getting late in this ball game for Lenoir-Rhyne. They're going to have 2, 3, 4 at the top of their order due up. And they'll face a new pitcher in the circle for North Georgia. It's indeed Bria Bush who's going to come in for this bottom of the 6th inning. Kylie Smith will be taken out of this ball game with North Georgia given a lead that is satisfactory enough for Coach Davenport to allow Bush to finish this one off. She comes in with an 8-4 record, ERA of 2.17. It's given up 40 runs, 23 of them earned, making her 24th appearance, 74 in the 3rd innings, 76 hits, 39 walks, 20 strikeouts, an average of 261 on the year. And Brittany Gillum will stay in and play first for North Georgia. See, the only defensive change to tell you about is that Sarah Kinley at the plate. The first pitch from Bush finds the inner third for strike 1. Kinley is yet to pick up a hit in this ball game. 0-for-1 with a sacrifice in the first. And the pitch here. Ball is hit in the air to left field and deep. Duncan going back, and that's a solo homer for Kinley to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. So Bush comes in, gets the first pitch strike, but then gives up a solo homer to Kinley. And Lenor Ryan able to pick up a run on the first batter here in the bottom of the 6th. That makes the lead 8-2 in favor of North Georgia. And only the 5th hit of the ball game for the Bears. But a promising start for them as now it'll be Mackenzie Cates to come to the plate. Cates is 0-for-2 with a fly out to center and a strikeout. And the first pitch, swing and a miss. So, not a good start for Bria Bush, giving up the solo homer on the 2nd pitch of the inning. Needs to recover here, though. See the Nighthawks through the rest of this ball game and into the 2nd elimination game. Yeah, and the 2nd time they'll face elimination today against North Greenville after this ball game. And the 1-1. Ball is hit in the air into shallow left center. Duncan will make the catch here for out number 1. So a good recovery there by Bush to get the first out. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter for the Bears, Madison Carter, who is 2-for-2. Smith failed to retire her. She had half of the hits against the North Georgia starter for the Bears. Closed a book on Smith. She went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, a run. Run was earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Was cruising right along with 59 pitches, so we'll more than likely see her at some point if North Georgia is able to make it to the 2nd elimination game this afternoon. Don't know if she'll get the start or she'll come out of the bullpen. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off down the first baseline, just over the North Georgia bullpen, and is currently empty. No balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch missed low for ball 1. Bush tried to get Carter to chase, and she wouldn't do it. Yeah, and the 1-2 pitch. Ball is hit into shallow right center. That'll fall in front of Anthony. She'll come in and get the ball into second. So a homer, a fly out to left, and a single. That's how Lenor Ryan starts the inning. Runner on first and one away. That'll bring Landreth to the plate. Sydney is 1 for 2 today. Fly out to center. And the first pitch, low for ball one. Landreth tied for the lead in RBIs in the starting lineup coming into this ball game. 1-0 pitch. That ball is hit into left center field. That'll get down and get to the gap. Hartness will pick it up quickly. She'll throw it into third, trying to get the runner. McSwain able to make a really nice running grab there, but single and a double back-to-back, and Lenor Ryan not going away in this ball game. Able to pick up a couple of hits here. And it looks like we'll have a pitching change here. We'll tell you about the new change on the other side of this break here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Softball Championship, May 25th through 29th at Moyer Park in Salem, Virginia. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks. Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
And it's Kylie Smith who quickly makes her way back into the ball game, so we'll reopen the book on her here. The book not closed on Bria Bush either. He was only able to go third of an inning. Pitch finds the strike zone there for strike one. And the count 2 balls and a strike on Poe. Smith didn't take very long to warm up, so we were getting a little late getting back from break, and our apologies for that. And it's a 2-1. Outside for ball 3. And 3 balls and a strike on Poe, who is 0 for 2 with a couple of pop-outs. Smith would take a pop-out here to keep the runners at their current positions at second and third. That ball fouled back into the screen and the count full. And the full count delivery. That pitch is hit in the air high and deep to right field, but it'll get foul. Had home run distance, but just to the right of the pole. Could have made things very, very interesting here in the bottom of the 6th inning. But all it is, in the eyes of Kylie Smith, just a long fly ball to right. Pitch here is hit on the ground to third. McSwain will make the catch to throw to first. The runner at third. Herder unable to come home, so a nice job there by Smith at coming in and getting the ground out. That'll bring Dakota Keller to the plate with 2 away. And a run already in for Lenor Ryan. Keller so for 2 today. First pitch finds the outer third for strike 1. Lenoir-Rhyne were able to get a leadoff homer to start the inning after a flyout single and double back-to-back against Bush. And the count now, no balls, 2 strikes. Forced Kylie Smith to come back into this ball game. Bria Bush was only able to get 1 out. Kylie Smith's book reopened. 5 1/3 innings now pitched for her. The 0-2 just missed the outside corner. A good off-speed pitch by the North Georgia freshman. Keller showing bunt. Pretty good runner. She could hit for bunt for a base hit. That pitch missed outside for ball 2, but down 6 late in this ball game might be a little bit of a risky strategy, as there are 2 outs in the inning, 2 strikes on you. If you don't get that bunt down perfectly, then you're either going to get thrown out, statistically speaking, or bunt out for the 3rd strike. That pitch hit to short. Sprague will throw to first, and that will not be in time, as the fast-running Keller able to pick up an RBI single on an infield single. So Carter will come in to score. It'll be 8-3, and Landreth will head to 3rd. Runners on the corners with 1 away. And scheduled to come up was Valerius, but it looks like with Valerius going 0 for 2, we'll have a pinch hitter, Mackenzie Swain, coming to the plate. Swain's a .253 hitter, 2 homers, 13 RBIs. She'll come up with the opportunity to try to drive in another Lenoir-Rhyne run. First pitch popped up, foul territory. McSwain will make the catch for out number 3. So Kylie Smith able to come in, does give up a hit and a run, but that's all that Lenoir-Rhyne will get after the solo homer to lead off the inning. It's an 8-3 score as we head to the top of the 7th in favor of North Georgia here on the Nighthawks Sports Network.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance, a monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, man, T, move down.
It's a tearjerker!
And it's 7-8-9. Due up for North Georgia. Duncan deep and McSwain. And the first pitch on the way to Duncan finds its own for strike 1. It's triplet back out on the mound for Lenoir-Rhyne, trying to keep the deficit at 5. They were able to get a couple of runs off of a combination of Bria Bush, who started the inning for North Georgia, and then Kylie Smith, who came back in for Bush. But still a long way down. Will need an extended rally in the top of the 7th to come back and keep their season alive. North Georgia will be looking to add runs here, make that top of the 7th even more comfortable, as that pitch high and outside for ball 2. Duncan yet to pick up a base hit today, 0 for 3. The pitch is hit up the middle, and right there on cue, able to pick up her first hit of the ball game. And a runner on for North Georgia to start this inning, and it'll be Jordan Deep to come to the plate, 0 for 2 with a walk. Deep was able to score the 3rd run of the game for the Nighthawks on the Hannah McSwain 2-run homer in the top of the second inning. And the pitch shows bunt, pulls it back for ball one. Steve trying to get Duncan to second with Hannah McSwain on deck, who's got 2 hits and 3 tries this afternoon. With now a little bit of a strategy meeting between Triplett and Kinley behind the plate. See if the bunt is kept on here by Coach Cat Davenport down at third. And the 1-0, indeed the bunt is kept on. Deep able to get it down, and it's a good one. The throw to first will be in time. But headed to second is Duncan with McSwain coming to the plate, who is 2 for 3 so far in this ball game. Picked up a hit and 2 tries in yesterday's ball game. Coming into this regional was really swinging the bat well. 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. And McSwain was 5 for 7 with a run scored and an RBI in the 6 games prior to the start of this NCAA Southeast Regional. So she's really saved her best hitting performances for the postseason. As the 0-1 is hit in the air and will be caught with a very nice diving play by Carter at short. She's able to reach, lay out, and at full extension, able to pull that ball in. Would have allowed McSwain to reach base and might have also allowed Duncan to head to third, maybe even score on that. So very big play here in the top of the 7th to deny the Nighthawks at least runners on the corners, maybe a run. As we'll flip the lineup, and Sydney Sprague will hit that ball to second, and Poe able to catch the line drive. So the Nighthawks able to get a runner to second with 1 away, but a pair of nice defensive plays by the Bears will keep the Nighthawks at bay. We head to the bottom half of the 7th. Lenoir-Rhyne needs 5 runs to tie, 6 runs to win it here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
Think of the NCAA as a spirit squad, cheering for student athletes at every big event and every small one. We'd be there in the classroom, at graduation, at their first job interview. Okay, so don't think of us as a spirit squad. Think of us as a mascot. Well, just know we're always there for student athletes.
So it's Lenoir-Rhyne coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th, trying to keep their season alive. They have quite a deficit to get themselves out of here as they're down 8-3 to the Nighthawks with Kylie Smith, who started the game, then re-entered last inning to get the final 2 outs coming on here to start the 7th inning as well. Georgia looking to move on to the elimination game number 2 of the day. As that pitch is popped foul down the third baseline, count even at a ball and a strike. It will take place against North Greenville, scheduled to start at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Smith delivers a 1-1 that is hit in the air deep to left field, but Duncan tracking, not able to make the catch. Hartness picks it up. She'll throw it into second. The tag will be in time. So Hartness, a great job of backing up Duncan there, who almost made an unbelievable catch in left center. And Hartness with the solid defensive play to back up, the strong throw in, the throw, the tag, out number 1. So a swing of momentum in one play there, as Lenor Ryan very easily could have had a double, but Hartness able to shift the momentum back to North Georgia with the runner thrown out at second. That'll go 8-4 on the putout. And the pitch here, the bunt laid down, and McSwain will pick it up. Throw will not even make the throw. Actually, she did make the throw as Gillum's at first, but no chance to get the very speedy Boone there, who's able to lay down a picture-perfect bunt, get to first with one away, and has 17 stolen bases on the year. Sarah Kinley comes to the plate, who led off the last inning with a solo homer. First pitch here. Finds a zone for strike one. So now that fundamental defensive play made by Hartness in center to start the inning looming large, as that bunt laid down by Boone. She laid it down with a runner on base, would have really set Lenor Ryan up pretty well to start this bottom of the seventh inning, but instead of runners on the corners, potentially nobody out, have a runner on first with one away, a little more manageable inning for the Nighthawks and Kylie Smith here. It's a 1-1 delivery. Finds a zone for strike two. A nice off-speed pitch that found the inside corner. And it's a 1-2 count on the Lenor Ryan catcher. And the pitch. That ball is hit to second. Deep, going to toss to short, or to Sprague, who was covering second. They'll get the runner at second. Boone has cut down Kinley on first, but there are now two away in the inning. So Mackenzie Cates, the last hope for Lenor Ryan in this ball game. Kinley will run at first. So you trade the slower runner at first for the speedier runner. That was cut down at second. First pitch high and in for ball one. Pretty quick start to that double play by the Nighthawks, but weren't able to turn it in time. It's a 1-0 pitch on the way. Ball is popped up. Will it stay in play? It will, and Gillum will make the catch for out number 3. So that'll do it. North Georgia able to pick up the 8-3 win here. They'll move on to the elimination game later on after this, scheduled to start at 3 p.m. It'll probably, as it stands now, start right then. But Lenor Ryan go down 8-3, so their season is over. We'll come back, and we will wrap this one up for you here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
This is why we love sports. It's in the way they play, free from the pressures and all the money talk. Playing for simply the love of the game, where everyone has a shot at their definition of success on and off the field. This is what we love about sports, and what we can still love about college sports.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Softball Championship, May 25th through 29th at Moyer Park in Salem, Virginia. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. with exclusive access.
This would be a great day to play perfect, wouldn't it?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
So North Georgia able to take game number 2 of the afternoon, game number 4 of the regional, and the first elimination game by an 8-3 score. North Georgia will move on to play this afternoon. 3 p.m. is the scheduled start time for their elimination game against North Greenville, who went down to Limestone earlier this afternoon. So at the end of this day, we will have the championship game set for tomorrow at 12 p.m. for you. We'll dive into this game. Winning the win for North Georgia is Kylie Smith. And she went 6 2/3 innings, gave up 7 hits, a run. That run was earned. No walks and 2 Ks. Kylie picks up her 21st win of the season, getting the loss. Sydney Miller, who picks up her 9th loss of the season. Only went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. A walk, no strikeouts. The bullpen for Lenor Ryan, it was Brandy Parks, who went 3 1/3, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, a walk and a strikeout. And the final pitcher out of that Bear bullpen was Ty Triplett, who went 3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, a walk, no strikeouts. Bria Bush threw 1/3 of an inning for North Georgia, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. And she only threw 11 pitches. And it was the Nighthawks who were able to score 8 runs on 12 hits in this ball game and really get the offense going when they were not able to do so yesterday afternoon. North Georgia was led at the plate once again by Steph Hartness, who went 3 for 3. 2 doubles, a triple, 2 runs, and an RBI. Alicia Frierson, 1 for 3, a run scored and an RBI. Jessica Finch, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Caitlin Anthony, 2 for 3, a run and an RBI. Hannah McSwain at the 9 hole, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, and hit a 2-run home run as well. Lenoir-Rhyne will finish the season 46-12. They were led at the plate by Aaron Boone, who had 2 hits and 4 tries. Madison Carter, 3 for 3 with an RBI and a run. Out of the 4 hole, they got a homer on 3 attempts from Sarah Kinley, and Dakota Keller went 1 for 3 with an RBI as well. So the Bears will finish their season here in the 2017 Southeast Regional Number 1. North Georgia moves on. They'll play scheduled to start at 3 p.m., and we'll have coverage for that here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. So for all of us here at the Nighthawk Sports Network, I'm Thomas Kendrick saying have a good afternoon, and we'll see you in just a few minutes.